Hey friends, Jay, Travel by Jay. I am here with you on this wonderful St. Patty's Day. I am your host, Jay, with my charming of a Lucky Charms wife, Soraya.
Hi everyone.
Hey.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day. Plenty of green beer, box teas, and good stuff that you can have, right?
This is the day we're all Irish.
All right, we're Irish
Just like
today.
Cinco de Mayo is the day we're all Mexican.
Hey, absolutely. Hey, give me some margaritas, tequila, and some tacos.
Absolutely.
We
Why
can
not?
do that any day.
And here,
Cinco de Mayo's today.
What, some cabbage?
Oof, no, never mind. That's why I said box teas and other stuff. We could do that, right?
Right?
Corned
Absolutely.
beef. Corned beef.
Corned beef. Corned beef
is a good day.
hash.
All right, not hash, but just corned beef.
Oh, just corned beef. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
There you go.
Hey guys, so
We are here.
We're here
In what is the beginning of spring. Kind of. I mean, spring's not until March 20th, but I mean, it's the 17th, right? So that means we're ready to do what?
I mean, it's time for spring breakers. No, just kidding. That's already planned. So it's time for everybody to start thinking about summer travel.
Summer travel.
I know
vacation.
we rarely talk about deals and costs and things like that because honestly, we don't know why, because the prices change so often. However, what we want to do is sprinkle those little bit of ideas to you and give you some options to think about. But, you know, the time to plan is now because you know what? Before you know it, June's going to be here.
You may be kind of late already.
You're probably late for a lot of the good deals.
No, you can find good deals.
Not a miracle worker, but I dang sure would do my best for you.
Be the lucky charm. Be the lucky charm. So yeah, but it is time to start thinking of, you know, summer travel, summer vacation. Before we know it, the kids are going to be out of school. I know parents don't scream.
And what are you going to do with them?
But what are you going to do with them? I mean, at some point in time, you're going to have to like plan a family vacation. And if you are childless, like we are, we can travel anytime we want. I'm kidding. I don't mean to make you jealous. But, you know,
we have our grandkids.
We do have our grandkids.
We pick up the grandboys and we do stuff with them.
Yeah,
so
we do.
We plan, and we've already planned a few things with them already.
We have planned a few things already. So now it's your turn. And for this episode, we want to give you some ideas of what is the hot trend this summer.
So we're going to talk about these things on a few levels. So we know we have different level of travelers. Some that are international travelers.
Yeah, sure.
Some that are maybe beach goers.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some that just like to do things and, you know, hiking and stuff like that.
The adventurers?
The adventurers. That's what we're going to call them.
The nature seekers?
We're going to call them adventurers. Those are the ones that I say that are probably the ones that gonna probably enjoy and have more options and more reasonable options.
That's not true.
So yes. So let's get right down to it.
Let's get down to it.
Get your pen and paper and your favorite cocktail. That's what you need to do.
Oh.
All right. Because when you have some of these things, you're going to drink to celebrate, or you're going to drink because like, oh my God, we're definitely behind the curve and we need to get started. So
that's it.
But give us a call. We can help you out here. So some of the things that we talk about in the United States, we touched on the adventurers. Right? So the adventurers are little folks that like to go hiking, camping, and those things like that. Personally, you know, I went through that phase to where we used to take the kids when they were little and go camping. You know, I was in the military, so we would go to MWR and rent one of those little pop-up trailers, all our camping gear, go out to the lake for the weekend and enjoy. I had a boat at the time.
You got it, First Blood.
Friends had jet skis. First Blood. That guy was in the jungles. Thank you very much. But it was fun. I mean, many places are like that today. You know, I have a few clients that are doing it. They're exploring.
I like camping in Disney.
I found a cool campsite in Tennessee. You know, it was I ain't gonna call it glamping, but had a nice
What I mean.
1-bedroom cabin, still on the lake and the
Wait,
mountains.
if it's a cabin, are you really camping?
You know what? If they go
Come
sit by a fire that night and roast some marshmallows and have some beer,
You're not camping.
it is a camping.
No.
It's a campground.
You
'Cause
have
they
to
have
sleep
it to
in
where-
a tent.
No. Because the campground, they do have it where people want to pull in, whether they want to have their RV or they want to do pop-up tents,
No.
or to rough it, or they have cabins. And sorry, but my client decided to pick one of the 12 cabins they had.
I would do
Right.
the same thing. Don't take me wrong,
So-
but don't call it camping. Call it what it is. You're glamping. It's okay.
So
No judgment here.
with that in mind, you guys are going to be the most budgetary clients. I mean, you'll probably save the most money. You can go out and it's very minimal. Campsites, campgrounds, things like that. So, it is what it is. But you do have the outdoors people.
So it'd be like what?
You
Like
go to
$50
places
a night?
I'd say including everything. Campsites can anywhere be from $20 to $50, depends on what you have. The cabins could be a little bit more, but you know what? Whatever it is, you want to be an outdoors person. Don't let the judginess,
I'm not judging.
don't
I'm
let her
just
shame
saying.
you into doing what you want to do, right? If you have some friends that want to go there, find the best situation for you. You know what? They got places like Montana. We call it
Montana is beautiful.
the big
though.
sky country.
Yes.
You're way outdoors. I mean, there's a lot of land and a lot of things to do. You know what I mean?
Before COVID, I did go to Montana to Kalispell on a work trip, and it was absolutely beautiful. It was July, and while it was like super hot here, I think it was like 60 degrees there. So that is very nice. And obviously,
She stayed in a hotel, folks. So
I sure did. I
it's
wouldn't.
totally different.
Listen, I will never lie to you. I am not going to go camping anywhere unless, it is a glamping.
But you start
situation.
up there in Montana. You got the Yellowstone all the way down to the Grand Tetons down, and Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Absolutely.
We have places like Tennessee. You got places like the Asheville, North Carolina.
Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh my God, you have so many places
They
that you can
should be back
explore.
now after that whole flood, but I'm sure that they're back in some capacity. But yes,
So many places you can actually take a look at the
the
outdoors.
mountains of Georgia.
California has so many places
That's true.
that you can do. I mean,
Death Valley?
from Yosemite, all the way up to the Redwoods if you want to go up the West Coast, all the way up to Washington. There's so many places that you guys can take advantage of. So with that in mind,
Yeah.
how do we get there? I mean, it's easier to say, hop in a plane to do something. However, what about the old fashioned way? Road trips.
Oh God.
I know even though gas has gone up some, but it'd still be cheaper than the planes when you have to take your family, you have to take your gear, but find somewhere near you guys. Geographically, you can find a location to do something.
That is
I
true.
do not recommend Death Valley out near Barstow in the summer. No,
Why
where it's
not?
120, or near Arizona in that sense. That is absolutely nuts. So we won't worry about that. But you know what? It's up to you.
Yeah.
So, and therefore you can kind of go into, why not do a road trip somewhere? Hop in the car, take off for a week. I mean, there's so many cool cities around our country
Screaming kids in the back seat.
that you can take advantage of. And she is just being totally opposite of what we're trying to do. I'm trying to encourage
say
you,
fly.
and she is trying
I
to discourage
say
you.
Go to amazing places far, far away. Sorry.
So for those who can afford that,
Okay.
or if it's going to be crucial with, cost wise,
Mm-hmm.
then that's going to be an alternative for you, right?
Absolutely. Yes, you're right.
So, you know what? Now you can take in mind if you can afford it and you want to do something, you want to fly somewhere. You know what? You don't have your passport, but you want to go do something in the States. Pick a cool city to go hang out in, I mean, why not?
Where have you gone that's been cool?
We enjoyed personally, I enjoyed
Yes.
Nashville. Nashville, I thought was a
You
cool
really
city.
did have fun in Nashville.
Nashville was
I think you
never.
had more fun in your guys' trip, though.
It was fun. Nashville was never a city on my list to go to,
Aren't you glad
but
I
it was
introduced you to it?
definitely a city to go back to. So it was one of those that was, how we have the perception of what we think something
Mhm.
is. Because you think of Nashville, you're like, oh my God, it's country and western, and it's gonna be doing this and doing that. But you get there, and it's so eclectic when it
It
comes to
is.
music. All
There's something
genres,
for everybody.
and a lot of the music, it's crossed the lines or cross generational that
Yeah.
everybody can have the opportunity to enjoy it. So
Yeah.
I think that was a cool city.
It was. And ladies, if you are getting married, it's supposed to be a great place for bachelorettes.
And they call that place the Vegas of Tennessee.
Las Vegas?
No,
No?
just the Vegas of Tennessee, not Las Vegas.
Okay.
So I appreciate that, right?
I'm just trying, just to like give it a cool
Well, you can call it what you want, right?
Las Vegas.
Call it what you want. But then there's other cool cities. If you want to go to the Georgia mountains, you can go and do that. From Dahlonega, Helen, Georgia, all these places
Tybee Island?
that's south, but that's not in the mountains. I mean, geographically, that's south.
Yeah, I think of beaches.
So, if you want to go to the
Savannah?
beaches, you have places along the
Yes.
coast from Hilton Head, South Carolina,
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach, all the way
Myrtle
down,
Beach was fun.
all the way down to Tybee Island in Georgia.
Yeah.
But one place where I don't want you to come to, but you can, Florida. Come and hang out in Florida. I mean, we got amazing beaches, both coasts. Go to the Gulf side. They have beautiful sandy, white sandy
Northern,
beaches.
Central.
I mean, it's an amazing place.
We are more than just Disney World, but yes.
So if you want to go back, and you come down and the hotels may be costly, depends on what you do. You know what? Get an Airbnb.
It's true.
And guess what? If an Airbnb, I'll give you an example. If an Airbnb is going to be, give you that $100 a night, right? And you say, well, that's too much. Well, why not join up with a friend, another family, come down, find a place big enough,
$50
and make it $50 a night.
There you go.
You're always going to have the comforts of home to where you can
That is true.
cook and barbecue, and most of the pools have places come with pools. You could pick out whatever places you want, whatever kind of amenities you want. Why not?
Absolutely.
You can do that, and that would be absolutely great.
Place.
It'd be great.
But if you wanted to go outside of the States,
for our real travelers, so what I consider
fake traveler.
Now that is the real adventure travelers. I am one of those people who I prefer to go out of the country, and and I tell you, I visited more countries than I have states. And I would say that, and not in a bad way, but
travel snob.
You know what? It wet my palate when I was in the military.
I know.
And seeing different cultures.
Uncle Sam has everything to blame.
It's great, and I've been able to enjoy all of that in all these moments.
Absolutely.
So tell me some places where you'd like to go overseas. Tell me.
You know what? I definitely think that Colombia is a great place to go visit. I think it would be beneficial when it comes to money, because obviously now you're exchanging from dollars to, I don't even know what the currency is in Colombia, but anyways, so I'm sure it's very, very, very affordable. I do believe that Colombia has, from big cities to, if you want to go into nature, they have that part. I know there's a lot of farmland there. There's a lot of beaches. Colombia has beautiful beaches as well. Again, it's just a way of going out there and just seeing something a little bit different. Now, be smart. Again, just like with everything when you travel. Be aware of your surroundings, know what you're doing. Don't Don't go into neighborhoods that you don't know. So, I mean, that's just common sense in general, whether you're in Colombia or in China or, wherever else. For me, honestly, I love one of the first vacations that we did together, which was Greece. I think the Greek Isles are absolutely beautiful. I think you should definitely, it has to be something everybody does, because no matter what, every time you turn, there's a postcard view everywhere. But then also we have a place like Malta or Dubrovnik. Those are great things to experience.
Yeah.
So
Malta and all those places are great, and those for our big adventurers. But I tell you something that's actually been a hot trend lately is, Europe is always an amazing place to go visit. However, lately, so many people want to go to Asia. They want to go to Asia. Yes, we're going to Asia too. Hey, I can say as a young man, I lived there for 3 years in Japan, and I got a chance to tour a lot of those countries and hanging out and even with leave. So yeah, one of the places, well, actually all 3 places we're going to are going to be hotspots.
Absolutely.
Japan is going to be one, which is going to be an amazing adventure. So I will tell you guys, just a quick side note, I will be cataloging our visit daily. So please walk along with us on this 3-week adventure, right? So please share, come join us.
Absolutely.
So Japan is actually one of the hottest cultures. They finally decided to open up a few years back and welcome in other cultures, and become a part of the tourism.
Japan tourism?
They were not one of your places that people wanted to go to for tourism. The people were more closed, more sheltered. And until, I would probably say I didn't see people really started going over there like this probably till maybe before the pandemic, slightly before or whatever. Not to say that people didn't go, but now it's a hot place to go to, right? And everybody loves the anime. Everybody loves all this other stuff. So guess what? It really, really attracted people. And I think it's just because of generational. With the younger generational being in the anime,
Absolutely.
They were the Pokemon and all this other stuff from, my kids were younger. Now they're adults. So guess what? They're traveling to those places.
To those places, absolutely.
For tranquil and relaxation places. We're going to Bali. Bali those are one of those places where you want to go and have a mental relaxation, a mental vacation. More of a wellness and a health. That's what I was trying to think of.
Okay.
More of a wellness and a health kind of vacation to where they're going to go and
those are always good.
Yeah. And we're going to go and we're going to unwind and we're going to relax.
We are.
And,
You sure?
I'm positive. Beautiful beaches, the food.
I don't know if you guys remember that video that we did a few months ago when somebody was like planning every minute of the vacation. That's usually you.
And I am ready to take a chill. So we'll be doing that. I mean, that'll be great. Yeah. And then what's up? We're gonna go. We're gonna go over to Thailand afterwards. We're gonna spend some time there.
We are.
And just enjoy the culture. And again, we're going to be able to enjoy a little bit more low-key beach life. We're not necessarily there for the nightlife, but we're there for the beach life.
The massage life.
The massage, the shopping. It's going to be great for jewels, jade, and all this other stuff that we can get there. Things that I never had an opportunity to take advantage of when I was younger because I was broke.
Don't forget your
And today I'm still broke. I am still broke. So we're going to enjoy the free beaches.
Dang.
Right? Free activities is what we're going to do. And the cost a day for food, I mean, you can get around, with probably $20 a day. I mean, and, Bali's even probably about the same, if not cheaper.
Wow, that's gonna be so amazing.
All of these places
can't
is going to
wait.
be great. And so we're taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
But again, we did do planning. However,
We've been planning for 2 years.
There's some short-term things. There's a couple things that I wish we had have jumped on earlier for activity-wise.
I have a guy that you can call. Great travel agent.
You guys probably still owe me $20. Last time I called him. No.
Right.
But these are things that we're just sharing with you guys. But we are going to document our trip.
Absolutely.
So hopefully we, give you guys some excitement.
Tell us what you want us to do.
Well, we don't know about that. It's not interactive like that. But you
I
feel free to text her and you can reach her. Tell her exactly what you want, right? And she'll do that for you.
So funny.
So
Yeah.
no matter what kind of vacation you decide to do this summer, you've got to do something. Staycations. I saw this thing the other day. So many people like, oh my God, we live in such a place that has staycations and all this. That's great.
We do this.
To unwind, to relax. But I just want to ask you, if you're on a staycation, do you really, really unplug and able to separate yourself from your daily grind?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
You think you can do that by being on a staycation, by
Absolutely.
staying at home and doing this?
Listen, a lot of times, being a single mom, I couldn't afford to go on a vacation, so had to rent a whatever on the beach for a weekend, and that was it.
But you're not staying in your house.
That's not a staycation. That's just staying at home. No, I wouldn't.
And then, case in point, that's exactly what people do.
You were talking about staycations. That means I would rent a hotel someplace where I could,
Staycations to me is people stay home and just figure it out from the house.
No, that's just staying home.
No, but that's what people call them.
Okay.
So
I did not know that, but
there's a lot of interpretations. I'm just telling you mine. It may not matter because I'm quite sure it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But staycations, no, it's just a day off from home.
That's it.
But
longer day.
When you do that, you're going to be so tempted to do something from your normal routine and your normal daily grind.
Yeah.
Therefore, you're not really getting that separation that you need.
Yeah.
It's difficult. I know we've hopped in a car a couple times, drove up to Hutchinson Island. We went to the West Coast over there, spent a couple days.
Yep.
It's
always fun.
Just
see something different. And again, Florida does have a lot of beautiful places. That even we have not had a chance to experience.
Yep.
But I definitely want to go to some springs up in central northern Florida. I think that's a great way to.
And that's our plans. That's our plans to do it. And especially when we get the boys here for the summer, why not go and find those kind of cool places to go and hang out? Give them an opportunity to get outside, let the boys be boys. We'll go up. Either we'll use hotel points or we'll find a cheap Airbnb.
Burn that energy up.
Exactly. Somewhere where they can get out. But the beautiful thing about it is what they're going to do is make memories.
Of course.
They're going to make memories. And those are things that very, very important. Is your childhood and for you yourself. It gives you a chance to disconnect from your daily and to reconnect with yourself, your loved ones, your family. And that's what we try to do. When we go on vacation, I always tell her, let's disconnect so we can reconnect. Because we are so busy with everything else. Absolutely. Just for you, baby. Just for you. So, hey, guess what? There's a couple things that I want you guys to keep in mind when you're making these decisions. And just a bit of advice. Procrastinators, maybe that's who you are. Maybe you always be one of these ones that say, I'm finna, I was going to, or see what happened was, if you're one of those people, please break that habit and start becoming one of those, I did, it was great, and I'm going to do it again kind of people.
And there's nothing wrong with you starting to plan right now for next year.
Absolutely. A little better. So number one, a bit of advice for the summer is especially staycation, or not staycation, but one of these things is stay cheap. meaning within your budget, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Understand what you're going to be getting.
Frugal.
So become frugal or cheap. That's who you are.
God.
So, but keep the budget down. Everything. 2, you know what? Wherever you at, one of the biggest expenses that we have besides lodging is eating. So eat smart. I mean, so if you get an Airbnb, that's a good way to go. You can make your breakfast at home if you want to go out to eat one night, but the rest of the time you want to eat like you're at home. Be reasonable with that, because we all know going out right now, eating out is very, very expensive.
Yeah.
You know, travel style. You know, if you can't catch that train special or that cheap plane, drive somewhere. I mean, do something that you can reasonably do. It depends on how many people you have with you. I know there's a lot of factors, but keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We all know that last minute flights are not generally cheap.
Nope.
So on the contrary of what people say and what they see on these ads, it's changed. The market has changed, but there's still always some deals to be had. I'll just give you a quick thing. What we do is we get these, we do get the marketing ads from different airlines, and you get the from 39, from 29, and, you know, from 59. And we'll look at it and we'll see where they're going and where they're coming back from and see if we can book one of those. And we've done that. You know, last month, Atlanta was $43 round trip from Fort Lauderdale. I mean, absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
But it was a good deal. You know.
You got to know how to pack too, though.
You got to know how to pack. You got to know what expensive. Now, they gave me a seat in the planes. I may have been sitting with the chickens, but it was good. I'm just kidding. Nah, the chicken was good, though. But
what else?
These are things. And then the thing about it is look for free activities. I mean, and what I mean by this, there's beaches, there are parks, there are trails. They actually have museums, things for certain days of the week, certain things that maybe doesn't cost you anything or cost you very, very minimal. And you can get out there and make those things, and you'll do those things and be like, wow, this was actually really cool.
Absolutely.
I never even really thought about this.
Absolutely.
But go out and explore.
Explore life.
You know, but the biggest thing, my last thing I want to tell you is have reality checks.
Oh.
Just know that I'm not going to go to Miami. I'm not going to go to New York City. I'm not going to go to LA. I'm not going to do these major metropolitans
for $50 a day?
For $50 a day. Because that's unreasonable. But you may go somewhere near or just
for
out.
$200 a day.
Per person. But those are the few things that I want to tell you. So it's okay. So what would be your number one advice for those planning for the summer?
I would say if you don't have anything going or you cannot afford to go anywhere this year, then start planning for next year. But needless to say, it's like you said, people need to disconnect. So plan something as inexpensively as possible and do take that time to disconnect, because that's where we get all this burnout in life. You have the kids, you have the husband, you have the wife, you have the this, you have the that, work deadlines. Sometimes it's good to just, honestly, you know what I love? I love those weekend cruises.
Yep.
It gives me the opportunity to not buy a Wi-Fi package. So I have the excuse of not having to speak with anybody, or honestly, just, my drink package, all of it is included. And
we enjoy each other's company.
I enjoy your company. Yes.
We disconnect to connect.
So that's perfect.
So perfect.
So
give us a call.
Yeah.
You know what? We're here to really help you.
We'll help you.
Even if we just give you ideas and how to plan it and do this. This is what we're here for. These are not only, hopefully we encourage you, but to be informational.
Yeah.
But we want you to be able to maximize living within whatever you have to do.
Absolutely.
So with that said, travel safe, travel often, travel by Jay.
And happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit like, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. For travel tips and bookings, connect with me at Travel by Jay. Visit travelbyjay.com or find me on social for Travel by Jay.